Is the attorney for Kenneth Biros.
Thank you. My name is John Parker. I'm one of the attorneys for Ken Biros, along with Tim Sweeney, who's in Cleveland. It's our privilege to represent Ken. First, I'd like to thank the prison staff here for the courtesies they extended to Ken's family and to myself in the last couple of days. I'd like to say that the execution that happened a few minutes ago is totally unnecessary. Ken was always remorseful for the pain and suffering he caused the victim and her family. He was a model inmate. He had grown spiritually very significantly over the years. We are no safer now than we were yesterday. I'd like to distribute a few copies of a prayer that Ken's Buddhist spiritual advisors asked me to distribute to the media, and their comments are contained within this prayer.
We're going to have to make copies. We don't have enough.
My last comment is that with respect to the new execution protocol, after witnessing the execution, I still have major concerns about the IV access issues. I'm very thankful that the state of Ohio went to the one drug that was used in this particular execution. I think it should be clear to everyone that Ohio's current protocol is either a 1 or a 2 or a 3 drug protocol. It's not simply a 1 drug protocol. And I have no other comments at this time.
What do you mean by that when you say it's either a 1 or a 2 or a 3 drug protocol?
There are basically 2 parts to the protocol, something called Plan A, we call Plan A, something called Plan B. The part of the protocol that was implemented today was Plan A, which involved only 1 drug. If IV access is not possible, or if there becomes a problem with the IV access during the execution, then the warden and the director can go to Plan B, which is the intramuscular injection, which involves 2 different additional drugs. That's what I mean by that.
Did the IV access go well?
I was concerned with how long it took to gain access. I counted at least 9 attempts before 1 IV was established. I was very concerned that the execution proceeded with only 1 IV instead of 2, because there have been problems in the past when an execution was attempted and eventually carried out with only 1 IV. Mr. Clark, there were problems with that, and I was very concerned and very thankful we didn't have those problems here.
You're stating the director's statement that went well. Is it accurate?
Once the drugs started flowing, I think it went well. I very much have concerns about the IV access issues.
Did your client ever express what he thought or what he felt would be fair? I mean, this was a young woman that he dismembered and left body parts in different states. I mean, in his view, what would have been a fair verdict here, or a fair result?
It was a brutal crime with no excuse. He asked for life without the possibility of parole at the parole board hearing and to the governor. That option was not available at the time of his trial. If it had been available, I think there is a reasonable chance he would have received life without the possibility of parole based on his lack of criminal record, his age, and other factors.
Are you the attorney, or was it Sweeney that had argued that 5-gram dose of thiopental sodium and to eliminate the 3rd and the 2nd and 3rd drug, basically, and were you, or was it Sweeney who requested this on behalf of another inmate, saying that this would be painless and it would be constitutional?
Both Mr. Sweeney and I agree that using the 1 drugs, the sodium thiopental, is the way to go if you're going to use an IV drug. The experts are clear that that is a painless way to be executed. And if IV access can be properly obtained, that is the way to go under these circumstances.
So-
John, why was he drinking so much water?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I know that he was fasting since midnight. I think it was a religious, part of his religious situation that he was fasting since midnight. So that's all I know about that.
What was the significance of the scarf, the white scarf?
It has some religious significance which I'm not familiar with. He practices with the Orthodox Church. May have something to do with that. I honestly don't know.
What were the two pictures or items that he had?
I believe they were religious symbols, religious cards,
When you say Orthodox, are you talking about Greek Orthodox or what are we talking about?
Eastern Orthodox.
So we're clear, are you saying ID access was not properly obtained?
I couldn't hear you.
Are you saying ID access was not properly obtained? So we're clear?
I think there should be two IDs if at all possible. I only proceeded with one. That caused me great concern. And it appeared that there were at least 9 attempts from my visual observation. I know they have a timeline and they keep detailed records. I think you're approaching the limit at that point. I believe with Mr. Broom, it was in the vicinity of 18 before they gave up.